The Secret of the Green Kingdom. Chapter 1. The Whispering Forest. In the heart of the Evergreen Valley, a vast forest stretched as far as the eye could see. The trees stood tall, their leaves shimmering under the golden sunlight. But among them, one tree was special: Elder Oak, the oldest and wisest of all. He had seen many seasons pass and knew every secret of the forest. High up on his sturdy branches, a young leaf named Liora had just unfurled. She was bright green, filled with life, and eager to learn about her purpose in the world. She had often heard the older leaves whisper about photosynthesis, the great magic that kept the forest alive.
What is photosynthesis?
Liora asked Sage, an experienced leaf who had lived through many cycles. Sage chuckled.
Ah, young one, photosynthesis is how we create energy. We take sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide and turn them into food for the tree. Without us, the entire forest would wither.
Liora's tiny veins tingled with excitement.
But how do we do that?
Sage pointed toward the sky.
You will soon learn, but be warned. Surviving as a leaf is not easy. Many challenges lie ahead.
Liora gulped, but her curiosity burned brighter than her fear. Chapter 2. The Arrival of Trouble. One hot afternoon, as Liora basked in the sunlight, she noticed that some leaves around her were struggling. Their edges were turning brown and they drooped under the intense heat. Elder Oak's deep voice rumbled through the branches.
"This is a drought,"
he said.
"There is little water in the soil, and we must adapt to survive."
Liora felt nervous. How could she continue to perform photosynthesis without enough water? Sage explained.
We must reduce water loss. Look at your surface, Liora. Notice the tiny openings called stomata?
Liora examined herself and saw the stomata, microscopic pores through which she breathed. She noticed something fascinating. When the sun was at its peak, the stomata partially closed, reducing water loss, while still allowing enough gas exchange to continue photosynthesis.
This is amazing!
Liora gasped.
But what about the sunlight? Won't we burn under this heat?
That's where the chloroplasts come in,
Sage said.
These little green factories inside us adjust their positions based on the intensity of light. When the sun is too strong, they move deeper inside our cells to avoid damage. When light is low, they come closer to the surface to capture more energy.
Liora was amazed by the intelligence of their adaptations. Chapter 3. The Dark Days. As days passed, the drought worsened. Some leaves withered away, and Liora felt weaker. The once gentle breeze carried a sense of despair. One evening, Elder Oak called all the remaining leaves together.
We must work together to ensure the survival of the tree. Every leaf must optimize its role in photosynthesis. Liora, you must now fully understand your function.
Liora nodded determinedly. She had learned that her broad, flat surface allowed her to capture as much sunlight as possible. The thin structure helped gases diffuse quickly, and the chlorophyll inside the chloroplasts absorbed light energy to convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose.
But we still need water!
Liora cried. Elder Oak's deep voice reassured her.
The roots are searching for moisture. The moment they find it, you must be ready to work harder than ever.
Liora knew she had to conserve energy, so she let some of her stomata close completely during the hottest hours, opening them only when the air cooled. Then, one stormy night, the long-awaited rain finally arrived. The entire forest breathed a sigh of relief as water soaked into the thirsty soil. Liora felt rejuvenated as water flowed back into her veins. The stomata opened fully, and the chloroplasts worked tirelessly, converting sunlight into food. Chapter 4. The Reward of Adaptation. Days later, the forest flourished once more. Liora had grown stronger, and she now understood how the leaves of the world had adapted over time. She had learned. Chloroplasts move within cells to adjust to different light intensities. Stomata regulate gas exchange while minimizing water loss. Broad, thin surfaces maximize light absorption and efficient diffusion. Elder Oak smiled as he saw his young leaf thriving.
You have learned well, Liora. Because of leaves like you, our tree will live for many more years.
Liora swayed gently in the breeze, proud of her role. She had once been just a curious young leaf, but now she was a protector of life itself. And so, under the golden sunlight of Evergreen Valley, the cycle of life continued, one leaf at a time.